Hello, my friends. If you're here in the future, hope the future is well. If you're here already, you're awesome. Today we have a rather unfortunate thing on the schedule. This will likely be Martina's funeral. On her left upper arm and her right upper arm are bites. They've got a normal infection and the zombie infection. She's also scraped up besides that. She's at her breaking point as far as stress already. She's having a rough time. But Martina's the sort that might be brainstorming at this point, what can I do before I die? Because she recognizes that somebody came before her. Somebody carved out a path so that she could survive as long as she did. And Martina really wanted to survive. Part of the reason she couldn't fight off the sprinter that grabbed her from behind was probably because she's at such a low weight. She has been a fighter. She's not gonna get much sleep, though. So, it's actually too dark to even read our map right now. That's how early she woke up. I have her sitting, well, I don't think she's sitting anymore. No, go ahead and sit back down, Martina. You're in pain. We'll wait until it's light, and then we'll have her change the bandages. So I don't want her to get the bandages off and then realize she can't do that in the dark. That's a very easy way to bleed out, in my mind. She probably could bandage herself in the dark. I don't feel like they've limited us that far, but I'm not 100% sure. I like that. Don't get me wrong. Time for the sad stream, absolutely. Right now I'm looking at her skills, thinking, what can she do that the new guy isn't going to be able to do? And there is plenty. She did manage to pick up some skills. Now, she's not going to have much luck foraging, though. Just because she's in pretty bad condition right now. Man, her maintenance got really good. She was a fighter. She was mostly a fighter. Look at that. She only had like one spear and she nearly got 2 levels out of it. Respect to Martina. Respect to her. Welcome, Karen, to the very sad stream. Alright, I think we'll rush past this. She's contributed so much already. She really has. She's feeling queasy already. Maybe she could write a journal. There's gotta be a notebook or something somewhere. Dog chew toy. Just feeling around in the dark here. I locked myself in the bathroom. Hello, hello. Welcome back, everybody. This is how Martina died. I love that they actually made them real books. In the motels, they actually have Bibles in the drawers, too. We have a sheet of paper. We could leave a note. I'm looking for a notebook. I don't know if we saved any. A bunch of lighters. We could burn the place down. Some of you would like that. We do have a notebook. So we could leave a long note or a short note. Can we draw? Why can other people doodle but we can't? You know? See, like, we're in horrible condition right now. We can just stroll on out here. And we're fine. We're safe. Nothing to worry about. That's how much we've cleared the place. I guess we could do some landscaping, make sure that the next person to come along knows that the place was inhabited. What do I have on me that can remove the bush? The handy knife. I don't know if I want to use up the handy knife for that. What is that emote? Oh. Is that a seal? Let's use the machete. We never did use this machete. Oh, she's starting to feel sad and queasy. Oh. Yeah, I was thinking about how the bites happened. And it was so much worse than I even imagined. Like, all I knew watching it, you know, like, trying to control my character was that it was like I was stuck. You know, I couldn't turn. Which makes sense considering she was so weak and she got grabbed from behind by a sprinter. You know, there's no way to discourage that. It doesn't feel pain. You can't just turn and punch it. You know? She lost her sunglasses too. Now, I like to leave stuff on the graves to remember the characters by. It's always difficult to choose what to leave though, you know? We could leave an egg. We could leave a David the Gnome. We have plenty of them. The Fartina house. I love that. And I choose to believe that that is the canon name. It just makes too much sense. It just works. Alright. Machete's holding together pretty well. This is slightly what it's for. Just a bit. Although it's really fun to use on zombies, too. So let it be. Oh. Yep, let's label it. Sentimentally. As the sun rises, Martina opens up her map. Do I actually have to move chat temporarily? It was over the add note thing. Yeah. She does, yeah. Yeah, she found the ID and the keychain. So she genuinely does have an in-game reason to know the name. Yeah, she notes this, draws a little house on top of it. so that the next person to find the map has it already noted on their map. Alright. Got chat back where I want it. Yeah, she's in a lot of pain. If we try to forage, let's see what happens, because I think it's going to be a pretty small radius. We did find some bone pieces, though. That is something. See, yeah, doing things to try to expand the radius, we don't really see a result from. Martina's much better at foraging than that. It's like the Sanic version of funny. Honestly, sorry if your name is Fanny for several reasons, because different countries have different funny takes on that name. That would be a rough name to have. Now, where this one usually comes up is fanny packs. Like, literally, this character has a fanny pack, right? And in America, what that indicates is a tiny little pack that usually goes in the back. Usually it's in the back, not the front. It's kind of like momish to wear it in the front. Just in a way that it's something that moms tend to do. But the association with the word in England is as a front pack, not a backpack. I don't want to get too graphic with it. But fanny means different things in different places. No, the names are randomized. How I usually do it is I'll wait for it to randomize a character that has like a kind of special outfit or a special look to them, to the point where I look at them and I go, yeah, that's a character. I don't know what it is about them, but that's a character. That seems like a people. It does mean that, but basically nobody uses it that way. Yeah, same as over here, it's kind of a nothing word, even though it technically does have an association with the bum. Next one can be the super well-known shortening of Richard. It could be. It could go that way. Oh, that would kind of be funny, though. A guy comes along like, oh, 2 women have saved me. Dick the damsel, you know? Dick the Damsel is like a D&D character's name. It kind of does. It has a ring to it. What if he was like a theater kid, you know? Strong Dick Van Dyke vibes. Yeah. Taylor the Swift for a bard. That's excellent, actually. Uh-oh. We should change the bandages. Although, this may just be the phase of illness where she believes that she's taking damage when she isn't yet. She's missing a teeny tiny sliver, though. They get to a point where they get so anxious that the health bar starts shaking. She's not even starving yet. I sounded disappointed when I said that. I feel like, no, I'm not disappointed. I'm just like, she's not taking damage from starving, for sure. She may be taking damage from the illness, though. And she's definitely going to be feeling hungry a lot faster as we go along here. Yeah, Taylor the Swift for a bard is awesome. We'll get a refill on water, though. Actually, do we have clean bandages? We have lots of adhesive ones, but those are disposable bandages, basically. Maybe I should go on the tile to bleed. Yeah. Bitten and infected. Bitten and infected. We even get a little visual of it right there. You can see her arm. Oh, she got a little better. She recovered, yep. Everything but the bites has recovered now. That will be the case. Oh, come on. Bandages. There we go. Alright, what are we gonna do with you, Martina? She didn't actually manage to get her carpentry skill very high. At this point, I'm kind of just curious, how long does it take? Because I haven't actually seen it through in this build. She's not going to be able to forage. She's just not going to be in good enough condition to do so. There's not much to cook. Yeah. She feels like she's taking damage again. Is she, though? Maybe a little sliver. But barely, barely. How many chicks are there? Got one there. I think we grabbed one. Okay, I don't think any have hatched. We can maybe gather them up some food. Gotta be a more efficient way to do that. Does the scythe do that? We've got a hand scythe. We've got a big old scythe. Man, she knew so many recipes. One thing that I'm missing, partially because there's just so many skills in build 42, the skill recovery journal. It's kind of a way to save. I feel like you could nerf it and have it be more reasonable. Because as it is, it's basically a recover your skill progress and all the recipes and stuff like that. And that's a little bit OP. Maybe a little bit, you know? But I feel like the characters should be able to write down what they've learned as long as they aren't illiterate, right? Oh no. It leaves a big dirt spot. Does that grow back? You know? I don't like that. I guess we could do that over here by the graves. We'll need enough of them. That's how this game goes. We'll leave that nice little tree, though. That can stay. How many graves are we expecting to have? I'm not sure, but I want to be prepared. Martina's mind is on grim things right now. We'll be taking a little bit of damage because we've got too much stuff on us right now. But now they have a whole bunch of grass. From what I'm remembering, we can take hay from all of those hay bales as well. That is all animal food. We're actually so good on food for the animals. See, this is the kind of stuff I like to do. But there's always better stuff for her to be doing than this. When the goal is to survive. The goal is no longer to survive for Martina. It has changed. She probably at this point wants this place to be found. It's probably her biggest motivation here. She's like, nobody's gonna find the place if it's completely overgrown to the point it looks like nobody has lived here, you know? But if it stands out, because it's all kept, we'll leave the David the Gnomes their bush. Spell food on the floor with garbage. That could work, that could work. Free food. You know? She doesn't want bandits taking over the place necessarily. She's seen houses that have been raided. Like garbage all over the ground. Everything overturned. She's seen houses like that, and she's seen survivor zombies. Well, clearly they're zombies, so they didn't fully survive, but they've got backpacks full of survival equipment and stuff like that, books. that would make one think that they survived a little bit further into the apocalypse than a lot of the zombies did. The ones that are basically just wearing their everyday clothes. Oh boy. Sharpen? Oh boy. I'm gonna step away from there to sharpen because there's so much stuff there. I think the most frustrating part is that we didn't manage to get the cows or the pigs because we didn't manage to get to an animal trailer. She's got a lot of moodles. She's only feeling a little bit queasy so far, but she has been extremely stressed for a while, and that's making her feel hopeless. What's the point in going on? Nothing good will ever happen. She's feeling a bit desperate. That feel when you just spent 10 minutes narrowing down the perfect primer only to realize you already had it in your basket. At least you reached the same decision twice. That's a good sign, right? See, you'd have another decision to make if you'd ended up with two different ones that you decided were the best. I guess let's check on the sheep. And we had something else over there, didn't we? Or was it just sheep? I think we extended... No, we didn't extend it over here. Music is fitting for the fall of a legend. The dynamic music hitting. Alright, we've got water outside for them. And there is lots of food in here, it looks like. Can we pick up the hay here? No. Alright, they've got food. The sheep will be alright. Maybe we could shear a sheep and see if we could make some kind of clothing that isn't completely bloody. That could be nice. Dye in something clean. I don't think she has any tailoring skill though. No. No. What can she make? Frame pack. Okay, that's interesting. I have not seen the new backpacks, the craftable backpacks. Tailoring skill, interesting. Even making a garbage bag dress would require tailoring level 1. Equal levels in animal care and butchering. Something very funny about that, indeed. She does genuinely enjoy petting the animals, though. Like, this might lower her stress a bit. Oh, the music is getting louder. She's feeling miserable. Ravaged by mourning and desperation. She's losing hope. She's in throbbing pain. She's only agitated. That did lower her stress a bit. And she finally got drowsy because of it. She does love the animals. She's definitely taking damage. Some of that will be because we were carrying heavy things, but I think it is actively starting to go down now. There was a UFC fighter who said that his favorite animal is a horse and his favorite meal is horse meat. He genuinely appreciated the creature that fed him that delicious meal. She focused on Survival 101 and missed the 102 course. Yeah. Basically, looking at her skills, like, she had the basics. And she was really improving upon them. Her maintenance skill was kind of crazy. And she barely ever used a spear and she got good with it. People since have said, fear the man whose favorite animal is horse and favorite meal is horse meat. Understandably. Arm's favorite animals are chickens, for reasons. Very reasonable reasons. Mongolians, their historical culture practically worshipped the horse and also ate them. Man. That is in the spirit. We left a whole blood puddle just on the lawn. Oh boy. Skill upgrade jingle does not hit the same way since the bite. Yeah, no. She leveled her first aid. It's like, oh, great. Good for her. It's a shame she didn't find any lemongrass when she was foraging before. Could help her a little bit with the nausea. No, the hunger, I'm not really inclined to help her with. She's gonna be hungry during this process. Kinda sucks for her. She leveled her last aid. She has, in fact, leveled her last aid. I feel it's very fitting that so far she's just carrying the paper that she might write a note on. She's probably thinking about it, but she's feeling like really stressed. She's got shaking hands, can't think straight. And she's losing hope. So she might not know if she even wants to write anything down at this point. But she also knows that she found this place. Just need long stick or a sapling and a tree branch for that. Imagine if you got bit by anything in real life, you'd turn into that. What would you be? A snake bit you as a child, so you'd be that. Ooh. I don't know what I was bit by first. I've been bitten by a lot of creatures, come to think of it. A lot of people would be mosquitoes. We got rotten crickets in there. Oh no. Man, yeah, she seems happiest when she's just spending time with the animals right now. Actually, my mom's is pretty cool. It's probably not the first thing that she got bit by ever, but she was bit by a bat as a kid. She would be Batwoman. First thing you got bit by was a dog, so you'd be a dog. Right? A bat is awesome, yeah. Like, it sucked at the time because she had to get a rabies shot. But would be pretty cool if it transformed her. Dogs would probably be pretty common. I know that I got scratched across the nose by a cat. It was my fault. I was grabbing its tail. But I was, like, still crawling. Like, I was a little kid. Little baby. Oh, it does, doesn't it? Did you rip off a shirt and put it on your nose, though, bud? Oh, not at the time, not at the time. I probably just kind of cried. I think that's what babies do. I'm like, why would this cat do this to me when I grabbed its tail? I realized, like, it got to the point where things could be explained to me. And it was explained to me that that was, like, grabbing somebody by the spine. And I was horrified. I was like, oh no. I never did that again. But before that, horrible baby. Karen army. There must be more Karens. That's how Karens happen. You grew up with puppies and would regularly climb into their pen when you were like 3? You got puppy bit many times. Oh. Oh no, Sheikah. What has happened, Sheikah? 4 minutes. This is why Karen never got a dog as an adult. Puppy bites trauma. Oh. The cutest trauma. Puppies really do be biting, though. I only ever had one puppy. But I met multiple puppies. And all together, they're little biters. It's how they explore. They're like, what texture is this when I bite it? In 4 minutes, you will have been nicotine and taurine free for 48 hours. It hurts. Oh, you can do it, my friend. You got this. Oh man, she's having to change her bandages often. Alright, she does have a rag on her. Sheikah killed Martina. Yeah. Yesterday, we tried to fight our way back into Sheikah to pick up the animal trailer and the animals. And she got bit by a sprinter. It ran up behind her. All I heard was, eee! And then it grabbed her from behind. She thought she was doing pretty well too, but she was too weak to fight it off when it grabbed her like that. And it grabbed her from behind and went, and like bit her on both of her arms. Her left upper arm and her right upper arm are both bit. She managed to kill it and get away, you know, but did not get away unscathed. She did find a varmint rifle, though, as it's called in the item report. Yeah, it's still her. She's figuring out what she wants to do before she dies. She dug her own grave, made a little cross. Digging a hole in the ground for reasons. Lots and lots of napalm. That was Arm's response. His response was to burn the house down. He said he'd burn it down because why should anybody else have it easier than us? But Martina benefited from somebody else before her. So that's where her mind's probably at. Like, she's at her limit. She can't go on. She's losing hope. She's really miserable. Petting the animals has made her feel a lot better. But she's getting more and more nauseous. Let's burn the neighbor's house down. Do we have some whiskey? We do have whiskey. Something to think about. We'll either drink that or... Ooh, not a bad way to draw the next survivor to the location. Burn down every house around it. You're not wrong. That is an interesting way at it. She's very hungry, I bet. She doesn't even know what she's hungry for anymore. She wants some meat. Experiencing too much pain to sleep. We'll give her some painkillers. Minor pain. Can she sleep? Yes, she can. There we go. She's feeling chilly. That's a good enough reason. Oh, it's a rainy day. Is it? No, just windy. Those were wind noises. That's cool, dude. I love how they've done the audio in this. She's feeling a little hurt. Yeah, she's actually, like, taking damage now. Let's see, it's been, like, 2 days? How many days has it been since she's been bit, is the question. Oh no, it was raining. It's wind and rain noises. Okay, so we'll be able to leave a bit of water for the next guy. This, I'm not sure if it'll stay. I mean, it has actually been collecting. Technically, she's washing the bandages in dirty water that she wouldn't drink. Which, I'm not sure why it works. It's one of those things where it's like, if you wouldn't drink it, why would you put it on an open wound? Starts to make more sense why it's an option to disinfect the bandages by boiling water. Yeah, she doesn't really want to use too many resources. She doesn't really want to be using up matches and stuff like that. She's gonna die anyway. What can we do, though? We've prepped the animals. We've done a bit of clearing. Do we have a gas can? I think we do have a gas can somewhere. Surely. Do we leave it at the other place? Ah, we can make a Molotov cocktail. Alright, let's do this. Let's do this. We'll wait for the rain to stop, because the fire isn't actually gonna continue if the rain is going. Now, as you can see over here, we do have one grave already, but that's not because we buried the corpse. We can just fill the grave and pretend, you know? But we should decide, what do we want to leave there? I'm thinking a David the Gnome. I'm thinking this David the Gnome, the first one that we grabbed. He should keep us company. This is how we know that it was Martina. I think there. This doesn't make much sense while the grave is, dug. You know? He looks like he's hovering. But it'll make sense when it's filled in. Could we end up there? We can actually bury, like, when the next person comes along, if Martina's corpse is here, then they can actually put us in the grave and we can be buried proper. But it depends. Martina's still trying to figure out how she wants to go. Now, I like the burning stuff idea. I do kind of want to do that. Why is every house in this area burnt down? Although, come to think of it, If we burn down a house that is a spawn-inable house, we may end up spawning into a burnt down house, which would be really funny if it happened while it was burning. Where do we want to keep the guns? I feel like it would be fun to keep them in here. At least for now. There's another cupboard in the other room. Not gonna need those caffeine pills. We could be using the sleeping pills to sleep too, but not a concern for much longer. Good explanation for how they got this late in the apocalypse without having comprehensive resources. Because their house gets burnt down. It does make sense. It actually does make sense. Let's see. Now this one is a spawnable house. Trailer park is usually where the sort of unemployed characters end up. The custom occupations is what it's called now. Yeah, it's usually like this one over here. And sometimes these ones. Don't remember spawning along Frog Jump Road, but I'm not 100% on that. I think it was the ranchers, you know, like the animal care specialists that spawn over there. I feel like going over there and burning that house down. I've spawned there so many times, you know? It's fairly likely that we spawn in there eventually if we burn that down. I wonder how many things we can make a Molotov cocktail with, because I love that the sheep actually go inside when it's rainy. They don't want to be out in the rain. Like in Dwarf Fortress, we see the animals get pissed off because they're out in the rain, or they get sad. But these ones, they just go inside if you give them a place to go. Then you realize the ones that have been outside don't like being outside. Pretty quiet around here. A fire will probably attract them. We're gonna wait until it's not raining. If this is the start of a thunderstorm, then we're gonna have to start the fire. We're gonna need to. Yeah, let's go through it, see if there's anything worth saving here. A lot of dish towels and stuff like that. If we start the fire inside the house, then hopefully it goes on for a bit without the rain hitting it. But as soon as the house starts to like open up, it's probably gonna get stopped by the rain. Oh, actually, do you have... Yes. They have Abes. Don't want to get killed by zombies this far into it. I'm already gonna die from my bites, you know? Alright, and 10 in-game minutes. That should go. It's a little bit fuzzy. Knocks power grid blackout. Today, average 67.1 Fahrenheit. Some clouds, some wind. Period of weather predicted to start in the morning. Heavy rain. That's another game entirely. Clear skies tomorrow. Okay, so no rain tomorrow. If we can survive until tomorrow, we can burn this house down more effectively. We're feeling very sick. Feeling at breaking point. You know, like, we're feeling pretty rough. Let's change our bandages. It's just gonna take our health down even more. But it might slow down the rate at which it's going down. Maybe it won't be our last aid skill. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna drop off all of the stuff that she's carrying on her right now that we're gonna want to keep. So the backpack, the hatchet, and the machete that she's got on her. All of that. Anything that is going to be more useful to somebody else than her goes. But we'll keep a lighter for the Molotov cocktail, you know? We're just going to have to not run into zombies. But if we do, then just means we won't be able to bury her proper. I think she might just need a little note. This is about the time she'd be writing it. Last wish. She's hopeful. She's still got that little bit of hope left in her. Because she was petting the animals, even though it says she's hopeless. That's where her last hope went. On this piece of paper. You've trimmed your basket as much as you can and it's still over 100. Why does makeup have to be so expensive? Oh, because it can be. Because they can. Angry noises. Comes down to something pretty simple. She's gonna leave the note in the kitchen where she knows anybody raiding the place is gonna find it. There. Right next to the bucket, which is super useful. We'll leave the jar of cabbages so there's actually food. It's survivor bait right there. Yeah. We'll keep our water bottle on us. Man, her clothing got tore up. Hunting vest, not really worth keeping. Her jeans are fresh, but we'll find plenty of those in drawers. Some nice hiking boots. There's a few things on her worth keeping. Just leave the flashlight on the piece of paper like it's 7 Days to Die. We'll take painkillers, water, and our watch, basically. She's had that crucifix. It's funny, too. She put on the crucifix and things started going wrong. Like, poor Martina. Punished for not wearing it the entire time. Oh yeah, we need a lighter. We'll grab that. We'll take the cigarettes, we'll take the lighter. Take the photo of a famous outlaw. The things that Martina treasures. I wonder, because that is I don't even remember when that was picked up, but she's been carrying that around for ages in her fanny pack when she put away a bunch of the other photos. Has to mean something, you know? Maybe they were her inspiration the entire time, you know? Another thing to put on her grave. Just imply that she's the famous outlaw. I think we're gonna sleep over at this house because it's just gonna be harder and harder to walk back and forth like that. And then rain clears. Oh, actually, I wanted to close the fucking water barrels. Fine. We'll sleep there, but in a little bit. Oh. If it's gonna rain on and off during the night, fine. I'll just stay here. She's hopeless. She's at her breaking point. She's feeling very weak and unwell. Hungry. Oh, Martina's feeling rough. Did she ever get down those rain collection barrels? I don't think so, because she had to level her carpentry for that. Yes, she is very injured right now. So it's questionable whether we even make it to morning. Let's just leave those on. I'm gonna let her lay down after she gets some painkillers in her, and we'll just see how long she lasts into the morning, you know? Hopefully she wakes up so that she can actually have the joy of burning down this house. She did wake up. It's 1:30. She doesn't have much time left. Fever, increasing danger of becoming rat food. It's not raining. I think this is the moment, if any. Equip primary, equip secondary. Whoa. Oh. Fire looks much better than it did before. That's really cool. This is definitely going to attract zombies if there are some in the area. Whoa. Hadn't seen the fire get that big yet. What would we like to do with the town? Burn it. Can we see from outside? Oh, you can. The house is glowing. And on our way out the door, Martina decided to burn the whole world down. Oh, it reached the bathroom. Oh, come on, I don't want it to go out. Come on, keep going. Oh! The roof! The roof! The roof is on fire! Okay. It feels like it actually makes a certain kind of sense the way that the fire is going. And that's interesting. Like, I know that they have wind and stuff like that in the game. That was underwhelming. I feel like we almost need 2 of them to have that really burn. But also, the big fire, that was fun. It is still burning. Oh man. Terminal damage. And she knows she's gonna turn into a zombie. See, it's almost more irregular that that house didn't burn down entirely. Because normally, the normal burnt houses are completely charred. Also, I'm glad that we woke up early in the morning for that, because that was even better at night. We could really see the house glow. Oh, in the middle of the field. 1 month, 9 days, Martina survived. 819 zombies she killed. Respect to Martina, although now she's just a zombie in the middle of the field. Zombified. Sudden attraction to gunshots, house alarms, and human flesh. Alright, so we're going back to Echo Creek. See, how I've been doing it so far She has faced the final curtain. Indeed. Indeed. Now, if we went for fishing, we do actually have a makeshift fishing pole. I'll leave it to group consensus. Something I like to do when I'm playing solo is I like to completely randomize it just to see what we end up with. It's probably not the best idea for survival, but it can be really good for storytelling. Randomize it. We've got 1 for randomize it. Dice rolls can be fun. Yeah, this game is great for just see what happens. No negative traits, but 2 points wasted. Cat's Eyes, Fast Reader, Iron Gut, and First Aider. And he's a construction worker, he or she. And now, for the appearance. Let's go into next. This is the default. Terry Mack is his name. And we can go with Terry Mack. Sometimes I do. But sometimes I'll also hit random a few times until we get somebody who just feels like somebody interesting, you know? Terry Mack is already a great name. Could roll a dice for how many times to hit random. Let's do... die 20. We got a 15. This man has won't last long all over him. It is unfortunate, but yeah, he would die tragically as well. Got 15. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Mirren Casey. Or, how do you say that first one? Myron? Myron Casey? The return of Casey. This is a different Casey, though. Let's hear him. His voice type is Hank.
Hey! Hey!
Hey! What do we think of Myron Casey? Oh, is this Casey Burton's latest disguise? Do we want to see the tale of Myron Casey? I'll leave this one up to you guys. I haven't played this way before. Yeah, I've randomized it, but I never know exactly what the quality is. Other than that, sometimes, like, Fanny had a really funny visor at first. It's almost like she reminded me of somebody, you know? I'm not gonna wait forever. Let's do it. Let's see. What is his tale? He has basic shoes. That'll do. That'll do. He's a construction worker. Okay, he spawned in a different area. Yeah, construction worker, first aider, iron gut, less chance to have food illness is pretty nice for him. Cat's Eyes is probably his most useful trait. But this is where he lives. We have already looted this place, I'm pretty sure. Celebrity style. War on the Gridiron. And celebrity style. He's got some perfume. Wonder if that's for him or if he had a friend. Well, he doesn't have anything else to his name, so I guess he's just stepping outside. Ah, it's the one with the shed here. He hasn't actually seen any zombies so far. So yeah, the explanation on this one is pretty rough. Like, he's pretty far into the zombie apocalypse to be completely without anything. But let's think, he was a construction worker, so... Maybe he'd hit his head. Now he's going over the neighbors. Anybody home? No, and there's a broken window. You know? Jeez. Just get myself some water. Yeah, see, this far into the apocalypse, it's one of those where it's like, this guy, he probably was part of a survivor group or something like that, and kind of just got dropped off for whatever reason. You know, he either was part of a survivor group and got dropped off, which makes the most sense given that he's a decent weight. You know, he's in good condition right now, even though he has nothing. Oh, okay, so this is interesting. He's gone and he's found that there's only a few sheep left in that field. And then he's gone to this field. There's nothing left in here except a bunch of bloodstains and a pair of torn leather pants. We don't want to wear those. So he does actually kind of have a trail to follow here. Okay, what's going on over here? These guys have animals. And it's all manicured. Yo, was that her dying? Wait. This actually works out. He hears a scream as he's discovering this place. Maybe he saw some fire in the distance. There's no zombies around, right? Like, it's an empty field. Where'd that scream come from? I'm really worried that Martina's gonna be a sprinter. There she is. Heard a woman scream. Okay, she's a shambler. She's a shambler. Great news. Sorry, lady. You're the first zombie I've seen. Oh, she never smoked her cigarettes. I'm stealing her shoes. So far, this guy actually doesn't seem like a great person. Given what we know about things, he just does not seem like a good person. Alright, so if we actually want to bury this, we gotta drag it over. But makes sense for him to go over and read the note first. You know, he picks up the note. Oh, how touching, you know? We have to write note on to read it. Let's lock that. I won't be coming back. Well, I guess I can stay here. just leave the note there. Yeah, this guy, I'm thinking he was probably with a survivor group. But say they were going to explore the fire that they saw. He ends up in a disagreement with them. They basically just go, yeah, you can fend for yourself, buddy. Fuck you. And boot him out. So now he's all alone in the world. Now, what the disagreement was about, we don't know this about him yet. He's an ambiguous character. We're all kind of sad that Martina's not here anymore, so... I don't know. It's gonna be difficult for him to win us over. If you guys are like me. Especially when Martina wanted to live so badly. Oh. But let's see, we can make this a little better. He started looting. He'll look at the picture. And he'll say, hey, that kind of looks like that zombie that I just killed. I'm gonna go and see. I'm pretty sure that was that zombie that I just killed. Yeah. Looks just like her. Let's take her over. I'm so glad that we can use the walk too while doing this. Actually, it was so much easier before to bury the predecessor, because you didn't have to drag the corpse like that. The burial isn't like a required part of the process, but I enjoy this. Alright, so if we pick her up, and then bury corpse, bury corpse. There we go, in the grave. Now we can fill the grave. The graves technically fit 5. We could go around burying every zombie that we kill, but then we'd have to be dragging them around. It makes a lot of sense for runs where, especially if you use the mod that makes it so that the zombies are attracted to the other corpses and like want to eat them. Getting rid of the corpses becomes really important in those kinds of runs. Man, he's already so tired. That is so many keys. I am taking the car keys. Actually, there was a... Yes, we have another key ring. I really want the keyrings to actually be next to each other. So I'm gonna have to unequip and re-equip stuff. Why did that not work? Okay, yeah, we can still access it. It's just a little weird glitch there. Yup, we're back to our base. Martina has been buried. put these on the cool keyring. Man, even more of them. So many keys. They actually do weigh something now, too. We'll leave that empty for now. Nowhere in particular that we need to be able to get into. Martina and David can finally be gnomes together. Oh. Yeah. It's not so sad. Martina did struggle quite a bit. And it's interesting that we confirmed David's dead just before Martina died. Maybe that's what it was. She lost that crazy will to live. She confirmed he wasn't around anymore. But now we've got this guy. And the only way it really makes sense, because he didn't spawn in home. I mean, unless he was in a coma at home. It is. It's the day she was bitten. And she was just not strong enough to fight off the zombie that grabbed her from behind. Yeah. The only way, I'm thinking that there's only a few ways it makes sense that this guy is this far into the apocalypse. But also doing so decently when he had nothing. Yeah, we randomized him. He's actually pretty simple. He doesn't have any negatives, but he also had 2 unused points. I left it unused just because apparently these are his traits. He was a construction worker. He does a little bit of first aid. He's got an iron gut. He's a fast reader, and he's got cat's eyes. It doesn't tell us much about him so far. We do have a butcher's hook in here. See, he's seen the sheep, I think. Actually, have we taken him over to see the sheep? So I feel like we probably have enough sheep that he could eat. And he just got here, man. He doesn't yet treasure these creatures. Yeah, you could name a chicken. She can nug. Martina suffered to build this place and he just wanders on in. Yeah, that's the vibe I'm getting. I feel like if this was a show, this is a character that we don't like him at first. We probably just do not like him right now, if this is a show. We could eat final boss broiler. It said no! Okay, so this one doesn't have a baby. I'm picking her up. No! Andrea from The Walking Dead. Oh, who was Andrea? Why am I so bad with names? More like a grown-up Carl. Oh. Oh, maybe. Yeah, this guy, I think he got kicked out of his survivor group. I think that's the only way it really makes sense. Because he can't have been alone. He doesn't have enough skills to have been alone. Can we use a hatchet? If we can't use a machete? Okay. There we go. She was the blonde woman that decided to shack up with the governor. Maybe he has a little bit of that energy. Yeah, it's still undecided what the drama was that led to him getting booted out of the survivor group. But it makes sense that he got booted out of a survivor group, you know? It just... something about him. He doesn't have what you need to survive unless he had other people to work with. You wouldn't say that because if Carl grew up, he was going to be a badass. He is in the comics. You'd say this guy is Eugene. Okay. See, if he sees that there's beer in there, he's having a beer. Like, man, this place is sick. That made him a little drowsy. Meat cleaver we're probably gonna want. We'll take some options. Lightweight, right? Right? Instantly drowsy after one little beer. Why did the sheep get so much smaller on the butcher hook? Strange. We don't really want to collect the blood at this point. Pretend you can't see, chickens. Martina didn't get no drowsy from a single beer, even at 50 kilos. You're right, you're right. He's weak. I feel like he's going to be judged heavily showing up after Martina. Martina drank a beer just to wake up. Just to relax her enough. This stream is like Eugene finds Michonne's house. Everyone's like, he doesn't deserve it. Poor cut. He only got 2 cuts of mutton off of that whole sheep. What a waste. What a waste. Look at him squandering it. Squandering it. He's gonna eat well for like 1 night off of that. Boo. I like the disposable lighters for using first. Cook that on up. Worm in his hands. This freeloader needs to go back to the community that's pampered him. They'd probably shoot him. I am wondering what got him kicked out. I wonder if it is just this, because let's look at his skills. Let's look at his skills. He has a little bit of short blunt skill, a little bit of maintenance, so he's done a little bit of zombie killing, surely. A little bit. Enough to learn that much. But also, he had some of that skill from being a construction worker, probably. Like, that's where it's actually coming from in the game. But still, we'll say he did a little bit of zombie killing at least. Martino was building something. He's just mooching, exactly. Exactly. He knows a little bit of masonry. He's pretty strong, pretty fit. Tiny bit of first aid. So, like, he's patched a few people up. He's done a little bit of building. But it seems like he's done just barely enough to scrape by. And, like, it be excusable to keep feeding him. Oh, that's his story. When the community was about to fall, he didn't get kicked out. He simply left. Self-preservation is his true skill. He can see when the situation is about to go the wrong way and decided to take some supplies and be on his way. That could be it. Yeah, it could be that he wasn't kicked out. He just left. Because, I mean, the way this started so far is he probably was asleep in the house that we spawned in. Woke up there. There was nothing there, so he kind of just drifted on. And see, he comes upon this place. And it's like, hey, okay, I could stay here for a while. And then he finds a note imploring anybody who finds this place to enjoy it. You know, like, stay, thrive. Everyone was like, Myred, where the hell is that boy? Again? He's the ideal, I'm just lucky guy. Everything just falls into his lap and he's wandering around looking for a new place to call home. Just happens upon a fully stocked and kitted out base. Once again, Lady Luck has shown her love to me. We all hate him. It's so funny. That had to be the case though. After a character like Martina, the character we see next, we almost have to hate. His old community is completely overrun now. He's like, well, better them than me. I'm set. You know, he just had a mutton dinner, freshly cooked over the fire. He's gonna sit down and read some books tonight. Oh, actually. I will have him check on the... Is there a rain collection over here? Alright, we don't have any rain collectors there. So he's probably found this and gone, what the hell? Okay. He's here, like, judging Martina. He's like, Martina must have been crazy. Martina's death was sad. You want to see this guy get eaten. Myron be like, oh, sweet, a beer. I should have a beer today. For Joey. Today's Joey's death day. He's remembering somebody entirely separate, you know. I'm worried that if we have him smoke one of those cigarettes, he's instantly going to become an addict. Now this time I'm actually pretty intrigued by the Iron Age blacksmithing thing we have there. We could be making a forge. Martina had to fight to get to this place. He literally just walked in. Yeah, he strolled over. He found the field that was like 4 sheep in it. Like, what's going on here? Where'd all the sheep go? Wandered down further. There's no sheep in this field, but there's just blood on the grass. I don't know what the deal is with these damn gnomes, but I'm gonna get rid of them at some point. They creep me out. Oh no! Carrie, do you imagine that Joey is one of the former community mates that died because he left? Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was the one maintaining the wall. That's why he has masonry skill. You know, he left, and the wall was no longer being maintained because they didn't know how to. And yeah, that would be a villain move. That is the way, if this was, again, if this was a show, that is the way to get everybody to hate him. Is have him get rid of the gnomes. What we could do, he could end up putting them in the shed over there. But it would be so sad. It would be so sad, man. Right now, he's probably feeling way too lazy for it. He's very tired after his 1 beer. This guy can carry more stuff on him because he's got pockets. Base inventory I always think of as just the pockets. I realized we had a lot of stuff on us there. Oh, these crosses really kill the vibe. Also a waste of wood. Yeah, oh no. If he starts just tearing down everything she made, like all the little touches, it would be so sad. So sad. He just doesn't appreciate. He doesn't know the effort that was put into all this. Oh, let's see. Chicken-nug. That is what we need to name one of the chickens. Get over there to do that.
Yeah.
There's another egg here. Okay. I'm guessing that they ran out of space in there. Also, I'm seeing multiple chicks. I think the eggs have begun to hatch. We are gonna have so many chickens. Somebody out there shooting. Okay, so we can see when they're fertilized, even at low skill. I think that's new, if I'm not mistaken. That was not there before. Not as many fertilized this time. The story of Myron. You'd think with his history in construction work, he'd be considered more of an asset to his community. But it wasn't enough that he took orders in the old world. Now he had to do so in the new one. Don't you people know how important I am here? He'd boast to his old community as he argued he deserved a bigger home all to himself with a few more perks. In fact, he built it. Why shouldn't he have a nicer place? But he wasn't really considering that it takes more resources to give him a bigger house. And in little ways, he was constantly telling people that he thought he was better and more important than them. But now he is all alone. That's not gonna work exactly the same way for him, is it? As the music kicks in. Ooh. The community leader, Joey, stressed that they didn't have the resources to spare, and so Myron decided, well, I see how little y'all people think of me. He made sure to poke a few well-placed holes in the fences and walls, knowing a horde was on the way. He took a few supplies and helped himself to what he could really carry. It'll have to do until he finds some people who would recognize his importance. But he's not going to, is he? Yeah. Now, he feels like... Now, if he's coming from that angle where he doesn't even realize what he's doing, because, like, okay, to poke holes in the walls like that, knowing that there's a horde coming, knowing, because he's a construction worker, what the implications of that are, but not accepting that he killed all those people because he did that, you know, because he's probably not thinking about what happened when the horde showed up. Like, you know, he thought about it as far as they'll knock down the wall. He didn't think of it as far as what was going to happen to his friends or people he used to consider his friends. Even if they aren't, they're people. Oh boy, we hate Myron. It has already been decided. Yeah, is this Myron's redemption arc? Or is this the catharsis of seeing what happens to him? After he's decided to give up his one advantage in the apocalypse. In Myron's mind, he didn't kill them. They didn't see how important he was. They killed themselves with their stupidity. They wouldn't have that wall without him in the first place. All he wanted was a bigger home. Now he's got what he asked for, and they got what they deserved in his mind. Interesting. Yeah. We're gonna have all kinds of characters. Some of them are gonna be good characters, some of them are gonna be bad. Like, Martina just wanted to live. Like, she wanted a place for her own. She enjoyed the animals and stuff like that, but she really wanted to live. He wants to live, but in an almost like cowardly way. You know, like, he's a little bit spoiled for that. It's like, I don't just want to live, I want whatever I want, you know? Myron walked into a well-stocked house with a repaired and working truck, and he's now in a near zombie-free area. And now the chicks have hatched. Man really doesn't need to go out. Yeah, he doesn't really. We could be killing the chickens back at home. He does not even need to be doing this, but this place is actually not very busy. Okay, the machete makes new noises. one shot feels good. Yeah, I'm still sad about Martina. I was thinking about that earlier, just like reiterating in my mind how that went. Because playing it, it just felt like I was stuck, like I couldn't do anything. But realistically, she got grabbed from behind. Laura Osborne. It's a fun name. He's just out killing zombies for fun, yeah. Oh, I recognize your face. Do you recognize mine? How'd that wall last for you? He's bitter. He's got some stuff to work out. Maybe that's the good that he'll do. You know? There's always a chance that he channels that anger into killing more zombies than anybody has killed so far. You want him to die. Understandable. Martina's is a performance that's very difficult to follow up. You wrote this and you can't stand him. You know what? He eats a single chicken foot and he decides, I don't know if I even want to eat them. I'll just grab another chicken instead of using all the parts. Got enough chickens. I think one of the chickens is going to attack him. I'm kind of hoping. I'm kind of hoping. All the cool kids hate this guy. He's literally just butchering the chickens, like, oh. Who said something? Hey, Granny. Okay, I kind of love that noise. I want to know how to make the machetes. I need more of that in my life. Alright, time to drive off with our chickens. Yep, he hasn't done anything to deserve this setup. It's not fair at all. Martina's starved to get this place built and endured past trauma at the chicken factory to get the chickens. He's just out there killing them. Yeah. Yeah, he did not earn this at all. And he's got the sweet life all of a sudden. Martina walked 4 hours every day back and forth to get them in the summer. Yup. Covered in grime and zombie guts. And see, like, Martina definitely, she wanted somebody to have things better off, to be better off than she was. Basically. She didn't want things to be hard for everybody. Martina was, like, the opposite mindset of the whole, like, I had it tough, so why should anybody else have it easy? She's like, I had it tough, so I want to make it easier for everybody else. She's a good one. And he's just like, chicken. So far, he's just been hungry. Dramatically hungry. Could eat a horse right now. Growing weaker. Look at him. He has not lost any weight. But he feels he needs those 2 whole chickens. Martina was dreaming of being fat. Yes, absolutely. She would have been so happy. He could eat a horse. Only after he butchers it, he'll have 100 grams of meat. True. True. He is not a good butcher. He's too full to eat more after eating the cabbages before. Go on. Eat some of the chicken. Nope. Nope, he doesn't even want it. Doesn't even want it. He had cabbages. He's good. He filled up on his salad. Oh, we've got chicken when he's hungry again. Girl's goal was to have a stomach. Right? Right? She was not worried about the fashion of it. Alright, let's read the map that she left. Fartina House. Okay. Yeah. See, yeah. I'm jumping on the bandwagon with this, where it's like, he'd be looking at this like, well, that's weird, rather than appreciating it. Because he does not understand what it is to be alone in the apocalypse yet. The loneliness is gonna get to him, though. Because that's the thing. He's not used to being alone in the apocalypse. And he absolutely is now. These notes on this annotated map, on all the little things that Martina left, is going to be the last remainder of human contact he has, besides with the zombies. So if he does take down the gnomes, eventually he's going to regret it. All the stuff he's like, that's weird. Eventually he's going to learn that that's one of the most valuable things he has anymore. Yeah, we cleared before she died. She cleared pretty much all the way down to here. And it was in that area that she got. As soon as she went from Karen Highway back into Sheikah. Oh man, things went downhill. He's gonna learn to catch hands. He will have to. Fighting zombies, catching spectral hands. Cow's milk or sheep's milk. Sheep's milk is a thing. It is a thing. We can grab those sheep. We've got enough time in the day for that. Also, this dude doomed his former pals, thinking, surely I find some great place with great people who appreciate me. He found a great place, but there's no more people. Yeah. Yeah, he's gonna have to learn how to appreciate other people. Because Martina can't appreciate him. Not directly, anyway. Yeah, we were keeping that ram there. Aren't there more of them? Could swear there was another baby in Mama. They end up in here? Oh, no. No. Didn't want to fight the zombie. Just walking away from the zombie, like, no, no, no. Oh, if we bring that ram over to the other farm, then it will fight with the ram that we already have in there. So I'm not gonna bring him yet. But that ram is also the only one who has apparently produced babies. So I'm not sure when the sheep's breeding season is. But we'll keep that second ram probably for like the first year. I don't know, we'll figure something out. There may be a way to, like, even without fence separation, just have two separate animal zones and keep them separate that way. Oh, there we go. Udder needs a baby first, but it has a baby. So I'm not sure if the sheep milk thing is glitched or if they just don't produce enough for us to take milk and also the babies to have the milk. Because it's weird. It's acting like the sheep doesn't have udders, even though it has a baby and has had a baby for a while. Not sure if glitch or if it works differently than I'm expecting. But look at all the chicks. There's babes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 babies. Okay, more. 11, 12, 13. Alright, we got 13 baby chickens. That means meat's on the menu. Yes, we brought those sheep back. Feed him a whole chicken. Oh, wow. Look at that. Shove the whole thing in his face. And Martina just wanted any kind of meat to eat. Yup. Yup. She just had to survive long enough to see the benefits of what she did, and yeah. Yeah, she set all of those fertilized eggs out to hatch. Those chicks are Martina's doing. It's late enough in the day. And see, he's gonna be suffering the same problem that Martina was. Until we get cows or pigs or milk in general. If the sheeps can do that, the sheep can do that, you know? It just maybe glitched. Maybe glitched. It is good to know though, this confirms sheep's milk is a thing. Cow's milk or others, just the one for now. Yeah, I think we will have him on the mission that Martina was on when she died, or at least got bit. That shall be next time. For now, now that we've had our little funeral for Martina and got him settled in and determined that we hate him, if this was multiplayer, you and Karen would pop in just to rob him, understandable. He doesn't deserve it. I would do that too. And I'm playing him currently. I feel like that's going to become the fun with this character in particular is however he dies, it's going to be cathartic on some level. If he goes through his redemption arc and then dies, though, that's going to suck. Yes, it has been very fun, my friends. Oh, if you're popping in just now, we're right at the end of stream, but Martina died. We've got a new character who is generally hated. This is the consensus. It would take a lot to pull off a redemption arc with this character. He is very hated. Yes, I may be back tomorrow with more of this. Yeah, probably another 10 to 12 p.m. Like, same timing as this stream tomorrow. Yes, it's been a good stream. It's been fun. Thank you all for coming, friends. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, a very merry time zone.